Hey you guys, Jen Volek here. You want to know what I hear as the #1 complaint from my patients about neuromodulators? Botox, Dysport, Xeomin, Jeuveau. What they say is that it doesn't last long enough. So why would that happen? Well, there are 3 primary reasons why we see neuromodulators not lasting long enough. Number 1, we're undertreating. A lot of people have based their dosing on budget, and that really isn't like the best way to go about it because ultimately the way that Botox works is it sets in and it will work as long as it is effective. Okay, well, what that means is dose equals effect. So for most people, you can do a prescribed dose, which is like 20 units to the glabellar, 20 units across the forehead, and 12 on either side of the crow's feet, and you will get about 4 months duration. Now, some people, they start with lower dosing because they're kind of concerned about budget, or they're just a little worried about doing too much and it not looking natural. And the reality is that if you're somebody who does a smaller dose than what's prescribed and we treated you with what's prescribed, it wouldn't be too much. You would probably get, instead of that 3 months, you would probably get likely that 5 or 6 month duration. So really, even if you get good results for 3 months with a lower dose than what's prescribed, you will get better duration over time by following how it's prescribed. So most people, if their Botox is wearing off at like 8 weeks or so, you're underdosed. The other thing that causes issues with Botox duration is zinc deficiency. Now, stress will deplete us of zinc. Almost everybody nowadays is living under an extraordinary amount of additional stress. Life is hard as it is, enough as it is, and then we've got all this stuff with, work stability and, the pandemic and all of that sort of stuff. People are burning through the tox more quickly, and what we've found is, research shows that zinc deficiency is linked to stress, and zinc is an important part of being able to stabilize the Botox protein. So what we have started suggesting is that what I tell all of my patients is you should be taking a zinc supplement every day. First of all, it's good for you. Second of all, if you're going to be doing neuromodulators, it's going to increase the effectiveness of your neuromodulators over time. For me, I started taking it back in March in 2020 because I was paranoid about the pandemic. And what I found was that after I'd been on it for about 4.5 months, my Botox duration went from 10 weeks to about 4.5 months. So I've been using an appropriate dose, been taking a zinc supplement, and my duration has increased exponentially. The next thing that I hear, or that's the 3rd cause of Botox wearing off quickly, is improper post-care stuff. And what I mean by that is, maybe getting too aggressive with washing your face and dissipating it out of the areas that we placed it. Botox is placed very specifically in certain muscles so that we are getting the absolute most bang for our buck. We're relaxing strategic places so that everything will relax below it. The new Botox recommendations actually talk about, they call it the look of 3. And what it is treating the 3 areas, so forehead, glabellar complex, and crow's feet, with 64 units at least 3 times a year. So everybody's going to be a little bit different, but average is being treated every 3 to 4 months. And what that means is that the reason why they want you to treat all 3 places, or why we want you to treat all 3 places, is that all of these muscles are interrelated, and treating them together is just going to give us better results, longer results. Because they're all interrelated, we get just better overall outcomes, and people seem to like the results better. It all works together. Dosing is key. Allergan does an amazing job in doing all the research so that we know what works. So they've done all of the studies, and what they found is that this is the ideal dose for ideal outcomes treating these 3 areas. If you have any questions about Botox, have any questions about the whole new look of 3, we're really going to be working to talk more and more about that kind of stuff going over the next few months because as research comes out, we know what works better. So if you have any questions, drop them in the box. Let me know. Jen Bullock, we'll talk to you later.